Greetings. Welcome to the Inspirational Talk podcast with your creator and your host, Timothy Robinson. Hope all is well. I hope you've been having a very safe and productive week. Okay, let's recap. On our last episode, we talked about values and beliefs. Been getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, a lot of texts too about values and beliefs. A couple of people said that they never thought to go back and revisit their values and their beliefs. They just know to just go with it, and they just figured that that's just the way I am, and let me move about life and let me try to troubleshoot and do the best that I can do with what I have. But it's okay to go back and revisit your values and beliefs, especially if you want to be able to cultivate these relationships and grow with them. And so it's very important, to go back and revisit them from time to time. All right. So thank you, and please still, call, email, and text. Okay. All right, donations are greatly needed to support the movement. Um, I have quite a few things envisioned for this movement, and your donations are very important. Now, I've been getting a lot of drawback from putting my personal phone number out there. So now, guess what, people? I have a new phone number and email address for the show. I have a new phone number and email address for the show. And the new number is 1-601 460-0181. Let me repeat that. 1-601 460-0181. That's my new number. And my new email address is inspirationaltalkwtr@gmail.com. Let me repeat that. inspirationaltalkwtr@gmail.com. So please feel free to utilize both of those tools to be able to get in contact with me. You can call, you can text, or you can email too as well, because this show is driven by you all. It's driven by you all. And so with that being said, let's get into it. Let's get into this week's topic. This week's topic, when I thought about it, I was on a phone call several days ago, and while I was on the call, a close friend of mine had chimed in and said that her and her husband has watched several episodes, and they thoroughly enjoyed the episodes. And I told them, I said, appreciate it, appreciate it. And she went on to say, she's a very dear friend. She went on to say, you know what, Tim? Your next episode should be about jealousy. And I said, wow, really? She said, yes, jealousy, because jealousy is very important, and jealousy is something that we deal with in society on a daily basis. I said, yes, you're absolutely right. And then I went on to explain to her that right before I did values and beliefs, I was wrestling with either with doing jealousy or values and beliefs. And I felt like that since we was laying the foundation down about, the correct way to move about through our daily lives, I chose values and beliefs. And it was so ironic that they came back and, several days later, spoke to me about jealousy. And so I thank my dear friend for that, my dear friend up north. So here we have it. We have jealousy. It's going to be our topic for the day. Jealousy is going to be our topic for the day. This week. Right before I get to that, I have something that I I got it in the mail several days ago, and this really warmed my heart. It really warmed my heart, and so I would like to read it to you. It says, "Greetings, Tim. I would like to thank you for sharing your inspirational talk with Tim. Your message resonated with my spirit so much. The episode about grief really helped me. I recently lost my husband, and hearing your story helped smooth my pain. As I was shopping for my grandson, I saw this toy and immediately thought of you. It reminds it reminds me of you. I hope it brings you joy when you look at Mr. Potato Head." Oh wow. Excuse me. To know that your willingness to share your insight is helping others tremendously. Peter Popoff has nothing on you. I like Peter Popoff. I like it. I think he has a catchy last name, Peter Popoff. You know, if you say something to him, he might pop off, you know. But this was hilarious. And you know, I was having one of those type of days. It was a little iffy. And when I received this box in the mail, I thought, you know, maybe something that YouTube had sent me or something like that. And then I started shaking it, and that led me, you know, I was very curious behind it. And then I picked up the letter, and yeah, he said, "Okay, Peter Popoff has nothing on you. I've enclosed a small love offering to help you continue your ministry to the people. Thank you for sharing that you are in Mississippi. I was able to Google your name and took a chance on the correct address. I hope this package finds you. You are definitely for the people. Sincerely, a new supporter." I like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean, that really warmed me, and that touched me in such a way. You know, you always want to know, are you perceived? You know, you want to be able to know you are perceived the right way. You know, and so when I saw this letter, it's just, I mean, it did something to me, and I'm very much appreciative, and I'm very thankful for it. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for reaching out. And so your letter and your package did just what it's supposed to do. And so check this out. This is Mr. Potato Head. This is Mr. Potato Head. And I looked and I said, man, I look like Mr. Potato Head. I said, yeah, we got the same skin color. But I like to think I look a little bit more sexy than Mr. Potato Head. I like to think that I look a little bit more sexy than Mr. Potato Head. And I asked myself, do I wear my hats like that? I said, well, he don't have a goatee and I have a goatee, but yeah, sometimes when I laugh or something like that, I do get red in my nose. I mean, I do get kind of flustered. And so, Mr. Potato Head, really? But I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to put it on my bookshelf here in the office. And every time I see it, I'm going to think about you, and I'm going to think about the Mr. Potato Head. And thank you. It really warmed my heart. It made me laugh. And, you know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I really appreciate the gift from the bottom of my heart. I do. Thank you. Mr. Potato Head. I said to myself, thank you. Like to know that I'm a little bit sexy than Mr. Potato Head. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Jealousy. Feeling resentment against someone because of that person's success or advantages. Feeling resentment against someone because of that person's success or advantages. Um, Let me say this. I feel, and this is my personal feeling, that this is a very sad topic. And the reason why I say that is because I feel I could I could really hit this topic on two different ways. I can go spiritual, or I can just hit it straight, you know, down the line. And to look at this and to be able to think about this, like I said before, I have many hangups. Like I said in the previous episode, I have many hangups. But you know, being concerned about what somebody else is doing, this really wasn't my thing. I've always been a cheerleader of people's success, and but quite a few people are not like that, and we have to deal with that in our society, and we have to deal with it the right way. So jealousy is a very sad topic, but it's necessary, and we have to be able to break it down. We have to be able to understand it, and be aware of it when it comes and when it shows its ugly head, right? Okay. Jealousy is everywhere, people. Jealousy is everywhere. It's in relationships, it's in our families, at work, it's amongst our friends. I have seen jealousy and envy tear up some of the greatest things, you know. Uh, in athletics, I've seen it tear down dynasties, you know. I've seen it show its ugly head in businesses and in friendships, you know. You can be, I mean, you can have the best of friends, and when that jealousy comes up, I like to say that jealous spirit comes up. Um, excuse me. When that jealous spirit comes up, it can tear up some things, right? So I feel overall that this topic is a very sad topic, but we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it, and you know how I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it chin up, chest out, right? All right. Another meaning of jealousy: unhappy, angry because someone has something that you want. Unhappy, angry because someone had something you want. A term coming to mind to me is discord. Uh, in church, they call it the spirit of discord, and it can sneak its way on up in, and it can just, like I said a minute ago, it can tear up some things uh, in life amongst your friends and amongst your family members, and we have to be careful of that, and we have to be able to suppress those type of emotions and get it away from us, because um, I often say God has this thing strategically designed in life. Has it? You know, uh, He has our personalities strategically designed for our journey, and for someone to look over in the other lane and see what somebody else is doing and start to measuring up and sizing up. I just, I really, well, I don't really, I know that that's not what life is really meant for. Uh, it is, this topic is very unsettling to me because I often think, how can someone not think about what they doing on a daily basis and go and look at somebody else and what they doing and start sizing up, start showing an evil eye or uh, a ill intention. How to handle jealousy? Pay attention. Pay attention to the people who you move around. It's very important to pay attention to the people who you move around because it's always sometimes always somewhere lurking. And notice, it's always, in most cases, it starts from somebody who you deeply care about. Deeply care about. That's why it hurts so much at times. Now if somebody is jealous of you from afar. I mean, what's to that? Okay, fine, and keep on keeping on. But where it get hurtful at is it be in most cases somebody that you deeply care about. So pay attention. Always focus inward. People that are dealing with jealousy, focus inward because a lot of times it be your own insecurities, it be your own shortcomings. It doesn't have anything to do with the other person. Excuse me. Jealousy doesn't have anything to do with the other person. So, the person that you might be, looking at, look awkward with a little jealousy, it's really, in a lot of cases, it's not about them. It's about what's going on in the inside of me, you know. Insecurities. Insecurities are very, I think insecurities drive jealousy. Me personally, I think insecurities drive jealousy. And when I often say, you have to do the work for yourself, you have to do the work for yourself. Listen, it's very important to do that because in doing the work for yourself, you can visit these type of issues within yourself and you can come to the grips of, this is the way I am. I don't like it that I'm like this and let me work on it. Versus going out through life and just, being reactive towards situations. And then when you get in a situation where you're looking at a friend, excuse me, they may be doing something that you would desire to do, but you have to understand what's for them is for them and what's for you is for you. We all are unique and we all are different. We all are unique and we all are different. And so you have to be careful because insecurities drive this thing at times. Insecurities drive jealousy. Have a conversation with yourself about it. If you're feeling that way, have a conversation with yourself about it because the thing about jealousy is how can you be the best individual that you could possibly be when you're feeling ill about an individual and you know it's not right? Like I said in the previous episode, it's not my job to guard the truth. It's not my job to stand and police the truth. You know right from wrong. You know the truth for yourself. It's my job to show it to you. And you know the depth. You know the work that you have to do with yourself. So it's really not about the other person. It's really not. A lot of times we look on the outward side of the individual. And you know what? Some close people, close friends or close family members, they may know the inner workings of us and know that we are good people. And they may admire that, but they will never tell you because they feel some type of way about it because they're insecure about what they're going through or about what they're dealing with. Jealousy often gets triggered in relationships. Jealousy often gets triggered in relationships. And it's very important. It's very important to be able to have the conversation with your mate. But first, do the work on the inside of yourself. But first, do that work on the inside of yourself. Be the subject matter expert in you. Because it get triggered in relationships. And quite a few times, people don't have patience with other people that is jealous of them for whatever reason. So that's why I said do the work on the inside for yourself, for you. And it can put relationships at risk. Because if an individual is jealous of his or her mate, what can his or her mate do? So that's why I say you have to resort back to doing the work for yourself. Because, that's an insecurity. That goes far as the east is and the west. It does. And so it's very important to be able to suppress that, to be able to understand it though. Understand it and say, hey, this is where I am. And let me deal with this. And if you feel comfortable enough, sit down and talk to your mate about it. Sit down and talk to your mate about it. And I know you're a little vulnerable, and you don't want to let your mate know that you feel a little jealous about X, Y, Z. But it is what it is. We all are seasoned individuals right now. And we trying to be, like I said in the previous episode, being the best individuals that we can possibly be. And if you want your relationship to work, you got to deal with that. This is where I am. Feeling fearful of losing someone that's important to us. We don't want to talk about this conversation because I might lose my girlfriend. We don't want to talk about this conversation because I might lose my boyfriend. If he know I'm jealous, he might use it against me. He might take advantage of me in that situation. And if they do, they're not for you. If they do, you probably have to revisit their relationship. Revisit the values and the beliefs on what you guys was building on. Because someone that cares for you is not going to take advantage of you. If you have your guards up in a relationship, you have to visit your values and your beliefs along with this jealousy thing. We also have to understand too, jealousy is really hardwired in us. Like I said, I can tackle this thing spiritually, or I can just tackle it straight on. Now, if you want to have a conversation with me spiritually about it, you know how to reach out to me and get in contact with me. But jealousy is really hardwired in us. That's one thing when I say that we have to constantly do the work for ourselves, and we have to constantly revisit certain things about ourselves. And we all are a work in progress. We all are a work in progress, and we learn it daily. And so that's one thing. Jealousy is hardwired in us, and we have to be able to know that, bag it and tag it, or label it, or however you say it, and say, this is what it is, put it over to the side, and say, hey, I know how to deal with you, and I'm not going to go there. Because when I feel like that I'm being jealous of someone else's success, number one, that doesn't make me feel good. How can I be jealous of something that I have no control of? Whether it's individuals or whether it's whatever. How can I be? I'm a means to the end type of guy. How can I fix it? It's my first thing. How can I fix that? And like I said in the previous episode, I got many hangups. Yes, I do. But jealousy is not one of them. Now, that doesn't mean I look at it real crazy. It's just hard for me to digest because I feel like that God has enough for me and my lane to be concerned about versus me looking at somebody and sizing them up and wondering why they got what they got and how they doing what they doing. I don't get, respectfully, I don't care anything about that like that. Like I said, all I can do is stay strong, keep doing you, and keep it pushing. And you look good doing it. That's about all I can say. And if it's somebody that's close to me, that we have a good personal relationship with, and that I have a good personal relationship with, oh, I'm happy for them. I'm the biggest cheerleader. Let's do it. And you got that? Really? Oh, that's cool. Man, I'm so glad. Now I know somebody that got that. I don't care if it's cars, clothes, houses, job, money. I don't care nothing about that like that. Like I said, I got many hands, but this is not one of them. So I be happy for people's success. I do. So jealousy is hardwired in us, and we have to be able to notice that monster when we see it, bag it and tag it, and say, hey, I'm going to keep it pushing because this ain't cool about me. I know a lot of things that's not cool about me. Look here, I'm a real good best friend to Timmy. I know how to tell Timmy secrets, and Timmy will keep them too. I know Timmy likes and dislikes. Every now and again, I take Timmy out. I take Timmy out. I take Mr. Potato Head out. But I take Timmy out. So you have to be the subject matter expert at you. You have to know you. And to me personally, I think that, I don't think I know. If I feel someone is looking at me a little strange, or maybe the energy, and when the conversation is and the conversation and the energy and the shift in the relationship is going in a funky, weird way, I think I wouldn't want to let nobody know that about me. And what I mean by that is that, look, let me deal with this because that person don't deserve this type of energy that I'm feeling. If I was to feel that way, because that person don't deserve, that person worked hard for what they have. Why am I feeling like that? Because we the same age. Because we came out of the same college together. Because we bought the same vehicle. His is a more luxury model and mine is just a basic model. It doesn't matter, really. I think it's more things. Now I know it's more things in life to be concerned about than just that. But now I am not talking at this situation or downplaying the situation. I'm talking to this platform because I know it's important. Because like I said, I saw it tear up some of the best things in life. Friends, families, companies, quite a few things. So we have to be able to bag it and tag it and understand it. Jealousy is not cool. It is not cool. Focus inward. Do the work. Like I've been saying earlier, focus inward, do the work. If you feel that way, focus inward and do the work. Focus inward and do that work. There's some things about me at first when I understood it, I was ashamed of it. Let me be the first to say this on this platform. I was ashamed of it. I was like, man, I feel like that, or I act like that, or that person don't deserve that, or I was ashamed about it. But this thing called life, we work at it daily. We work at it daily. And if you're not gonna be honest with yourself, who you gonna be honest with? Too. You got to keep it real. As the people say, you got to keep it real. Be honest. Because I feel like that, and now this is strictly me feeling. You can't go that far being jealous or envious of somebody. You can't go that far. I mean, I believe in the basic principles when it comes to life. You do right by folk, and you get it in return. And some people might say, excuse me. Some people may say I'm living inside my heart right there. But I just believe if you do right by people, because number one, I feel like God loves people. So you got to do right by people. Or at least try to. Before I lay my head down, every night I ask myself, did I do the best that I could possibly do? And being 10. Do the work. The things you tell yourself will often drive your emotions. Let me say that again. The things you tell yourself, people, will often drive your emotions. You are what you speak. You are what you speak. I know we know that saying words are powerful, but the things you tell yourself often drive your emotions. The things that you constantly think about, constantly speak out, constantly speak over your life. It drives your emotions. You have to decide if you're going to be driven by your own insecurities. You have to make that decision for yourself. Are you going to be driven by your own insecurities? Now, if you're not revisiting them or not taking the time out to do the work for yourself, unconsciously you're going to be driven by your insecurities. That's just the way life is. Unconsciously you're going to be driven. And guess what? Other people are going to know it. They're going to know it. Some of them will never tell you though. And I heard that people get upset when they think that other people don't think enough or think about them a lot, like they think they might do. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I'm gonna say it. And this often comes up to play when I think about jealousy, because you really not that you're not that important to other people. They got their other stuff going on in their life, and some people get upset, get all bent out of shape about that. You don't think enough of me like I think about you. Unconsciously those expectations again, and they are driven by insecurities. They are driven by insecurities. So you don't take yourself too deep, because other people really not thinking about you like that. They got their other stuff going on. And here shortly, you got to pay your taxes. So you're working every day. You got kids, and you got daily things going on in your life. You got your family to manage. People ain't sitting down thinking about you like that. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. You might think you're cute. You might think you're all that, but they're not doing it like that. The last time I checked, everybody got a lot of stuff going on. So don't get bent out of shape about that. Don't be driven by your own insecurities. Comparison is the thief of joy. Theodore Roosevelt said that. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you start to comparing yourself with somebody in that evil little jealousy way, it robs. It steals your joy. Now, comparing yourself if you know a positive trait in an individual and you want to incorporate that into you, that's totally different. But comparing yourself, well, I ain't got it. Well, like I said, our personalities are strategically designed for our journey. Our personalities, I'm proud of this saying because I came up with, God blessed me to come up with this saying. And I use it because I really like it. Because I think that saying put a lot of things in perspective, right? God has this thing strategically designed. Our personalities is strategically designed for our journey. So how, I know how, but shouldn't it be difficult to look at somebody else and say how they doing, what they doing, or whatever they doing? Because your personality is tailor-made for your journey. Everybody's different. Everyone is different. Some people don't like you because the other way, excuse me, some people don't like you because how other people see you and how other people love you. Some people don't care for that. How others see you and how others love you or love on you, some people don't like that. What about him? Why he getting all this juice? Why he getting all this shine? Who he think he is? Why they looking at him like that? Why they always dote over him when he come around? Or why they always dote over her when she come around? Ooh, look at her. And then, and with all due respect to the ladies, they go to the hair. They go to women hard on other women. Very hard. But some people don't like you. And I often say this right here. Some people don't like the way you breathe air. And ain't nothing that you can do about that. They just don't like it. They don't like you because of that. And like I said, it's sad. But some people just, you know what? I often say this thing. I'm not in this for popularity contest. No. I'm just in it to be the best individual that I can possibly be. And to be able to share my message with the viewers on this platform. People may have some things to say about me. And that's fine. That's fine. And the reason why I say that is because you'll be amazed at people that step out. And like I said, God has this thing strategically designed. What's for me is for me. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but what's for me is for me. Now, I'm not a T.D. Jakes. I can't walk around and probably move the crowds like a Jakes. I'm not a storyteller like a Joel Osteen. Tone of voice needs to captivate me and all of that. But you know what? They can't do what Timmy do. They can't be a Tim Robinson. They can't touch me. Because what God has for me is for me. I remember getting prepared to introduce this platform to you all. And I struggled with that. I was like, well, I'm going on social media. People going to perceive me to be this. People going to perceive me to be that. And listen. That's something that I can't be concerned about. Because people going to always talk. I remember when I said, don't let people project things on you that they can't handle. Yeah. And preparing for this platform. And that's one thing God had to grow me up with. It's time to walk into the boldness. After what I experienced, after what I've been through. I know about them struggles. I bear the scars. Now it's time to walk boldly in it. And you think I care about something with somebody else, a naysayer? Oh, well, he can't do this right. He can't do that right. Or he's not a good speaker or whatever the case may be. I tell you what, you get you a platform and you do you. But you know what you'll find out? That I won't be doing you like that. I'll be cheering you on because I know how difficult it can be. And I know how hard this thing called life is. Jealousy is lacking self-confidence. You got to identify these triggers. Jealousy is lacking self-confidence. What's for you is for you. Like I said a minute ago, what's for you is for you. In researching this venture that I'm on, this my newfound life because I don't, like I told you all earlier, I don't call this a fly by night thing. This is my new life as I know it, and I was studying, different podcast hosts, how they ask questions, what type of platform they, they introducing, and some people was, excuse me, hold on, excuse me, some people was doing their thing, and I commend them for that, and I had thoughts in my head. I gotta hurry up. I gotta hurry up. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta get out there. I gotta get out. No, 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 no. Listen, Tim, what's for me is for me. It's gonna be okay. Prepare, study, get ready, grab much knowledge as you can. Be humble, and when you're ready to go, you will know it when you're ready to go. And doing this thing, as far as looking back, going into your personality, defining your insecurities, learning your values and learning your beliefs, and noticing those type of triggers and readjusting and doing a little maintenance on yourself. You have to find really, really the bigger picture in this. You have to find out what makes you happy. You have to find what makes you happy. I can recall one of my lowest points a couple of years ago in grieving. This, excuse me, this particular individual used to, they used to give me a call on a regular basis. Like the government say, if you don't hear from your neighbor or if you hadn't saw your loved one, what they do, they'll call a police precinct and they say, can you do a wellness check on them? Go by, knock on the door, see if they all right or whatever the case may be. So this particular individual was tasked with doing that in my life. Anytime somebody come up in my life or comes in my life, I often ask God, what is the message that you're trying to show me by having this individual or these people showing up in my life at this particular time? And I'm noticing, my conversation and my thoughts are a lot around them at a particular season in your life or at a time in your life, whenever they may be. And so this particular this particular individual was they was tasked with doing a wellness check. And what I mean by that is, like I explained earlier, they often call me just to see how I'm doing, and Their job also was to just normalize me, making sure what I feel is okay, and what I'm thinking is okay, and you all right. So they used to call and say, "How you doing, Timmy?" I said, I'm doing all right, And so everything I sounding good. I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I appreciate that." And they used to ask me, so what you been thinking about today? You been good? And between them and the therapist, I was pretty decent, and going on my journey. I said, yeah. And so I would run some ideas off of what I've been thinking, to them at the particular time. And this rocked me to my core, people. So as I was explaining to them, my daily thoughts or what I'm thinking about it on this particular day, they made the statement. I said, Timmy, you're gonna have to find out what makes you happy. I said, huh? You're gonna have to find out what makes you happy. And after we got through chit chatting back and forth, hung up the phone, hung up the phone, and I thought about it, and I got extremely emotional because, as I can remember, no one ever asked me in my life what made me happy. That question wasn't presented to me like that. What makes you happy? Ever since I can remember, I've been on the reactive end of life, trying to get through it, trying to understand it. Now, I'm not saying that my family didn't make me happy. I'm not saying that my wife at the time didn't make me happy. I'm not saying that the church that I attended didn't make me happy, or maybe the job that I had. Probably a couple of jobs didn't make me happy, but I'm not saying all those things didn't make me happy. But asking the it was the simplicity of the question, what makes me happy? And I sobbed. It was like that I was redefining myself again. And it probably was. What makes me happy? I told it, I thank that individual. I thank them for doing it and for saying it and for challenging me. Because this brought me into being 100% unapologetic me. Because the last time I checked, ain't nobody ever called me to say, excuse me, Timmy, uh, 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 what do you think make me? Ain't nobody ever called me that, asked me that. So therefore, I can, that added a certain type of fearlessness in my life, tenaciousness to get after it. I mean, get after it, get after life, get all I can from life. And I'm constantly on that quest. This make me happy. Being a servant, oh, I love it. So I thank God for for them challenging me like that. It was true. I mean, it was impactful in my life. And so a lot of things, because I love people, I do. And the people that I care about, I, I love them. I love them in life. I do. But it's some things now, at the way that I'm going about my life, people not asking me, uh, listen, uh, people not asking me about how they feel about they love interest and how I feel about their love interest. They're not asking me about their careers. So I understand that. And I don't hold no ill feelings to them for that. But I'm finding myself and what makes me happy. And finding what's for me is for me. And we still talking about this jealousy thing because once you do the work, once you do the work with yourself, in yourself, then all of these little things will fall in place as they should. And so you won't have to be, once it come up, you can bag and tag and say, I know where that's coming from because I know me. Okay, I'm going to suppress that because that individual don't deserve that. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of my babies. I love my family. They got a new home. I'm going to celebrate with them when they give me an invite. And if they don't give me an invite, I totally understand that because life be lifing. I'm going to send them a card anyway. They got a new job. I'm happy for them. They got a new career. I'm happy. They trying to live the best life that they can possibly live. And I'm for that. And I'm for that. Okay. In closing, the calls and your emails are extremely important. You run this platform. You run this platform. So please continue to keep calling and keep emailing me and keep texting me. And let me go over my new phone number and my new email address. And it's also going to be at the end of the episode and on the ticker at the bottom too as well. My new number, 1-601-460-0118. And my email address is inspirationaltalkwtr@gmail.com. Okay? Once again, it's been a joy. It's been a joy. I always enjoy you. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Thank you.